Hi, good morning. Um, for this presentation, I will talk about a small and enterprise business network for senior project 2 in presentation spring 2021. I would like to start with the African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. I always thought that going alone in life was the best option. It wasn't until I started to go into college that I changed my mind about this thought. Throughout my career, I have learned that the best way to achieve success in life is by working as a team. On the other hand, I also learned that we must apply what we learn through practice, and in this way, acquire a knowledge and above all, experience. Most recruitment companies require experience, and this is something that many of us as students do not have when we finish college. It is for this reason that I have in my mind to carry out this project. Welcome, teachers, students, and special guests. My name is Francisco Garcia, and I am a student from the University of the District of Columbia School of Engineers and Applied Science, focused on networking and cybersecurity. Today, I will be presenting my project about networking solutions. The idea of this project is about creating a networking infrastructure based on a small business company with a great potential for growth. Initially, I chose this topic because I wanted to experience some hands-on before graduating. The idea was to meet people from the university, including teachers, students, and staff, with the purpose of creating a strong group that at some point, this group could support me in with a request to the university. The request to the university, I guess it was simple, but at the same time expensive. With the support of the mentioned group, I could request to the university to install a hands-on lab for computer science and information technology students, where we, the students, could practice what we learned from classes. And for example, the network security and networking classes that I took at UDC, I personally feel that I completed these classes and never applied what I learned. So the idea of this project is about helping the future students to practice and gain experience, and at the same time help the students to retain this information for a longer period of time. The current pandemic stopped me from proceeding about creating this group and the request to the university to install this lab. I wanted to use this lab for my senior project where I could create the network from scratch. Unfortunately, I just ended by writing a research paper and using software to show those network connections. So for motivation, computer networking is an evolving field today, and we count with new technology advancement, which makes computer management exciting and rewarding career path. Since time ago, I wanted to become a computer network and security professional. I imagine myself configuring a complete network and managing its security. The reason for choosing this topic is because I feel very passionate about it. Problem statement. During this century, privacy and security are serious stuff. Additionally, we have to deal with cyber attacks that hackers are actively conducting. Today, networking and security solution technologies are essential for the small and enterprise businesses due to their significant benefit with a secure and flexible networking foundation. The advancement of technology is changing rapidly, and we must take advantage of what technology has to offer. But project summary for this project activity containing a baseline research on CCNA assessment. I have designed and implemented a network infrastructure that includes internal private networks such as the small business and enterprise networks, and also external public networks such as the internet. Throughout history, networking and security solutions technologies began with the basic foundation that over time evolved into what it is now. We know that there is not completely secure network. However, we know that we can make it hard for cyber attackers to access our network and steal our confidential and our private information. So this is the part where networking and security technologies begin to maintain a highly secure and reliable data network that is fast and accessible. So this is a picture of the um, packet tracer and the software that I use to implement my work. So this network, I have a network simulation in packet tracer software, and it has been created using and addressing a scheme for a small business network using routers, switches, servers, IP phones from a detailed topology. And also it has been configured with all the basic device settings, including line access, banners, passwords, VLANing, and so more. It has been also verified that all the devices in the network can, all the devices in our network can have access to the resources. And devices such as IP phones with voice over IP configuration, printers, PC, external and internal websites, and the smartphone configure to receive DHCP. And I have cellulars that receive DHCP service and also cellular service. In contrast, for the enterprise, this is my small business and this is my enterprise business. So in contrast, for the enterprise business network, we have configured the ASA device, which is this guy right here, with the basic security configuration, and also provide the DHCP configuration service for internal network, secure network management. I have configured the NAT for both the DMZ networks, and on the same ASA device, we have configured the ACL and firewall to implement security policy. For the HQ router, which is this one, I have configured the site-to-site IPsec VPN for secure communication between the internal and external. So sometimes when you have a enterprise business, we have branches where we have to communicate. So in this case, this is the enterprise business network, and this is a branch for that network. So we have to communicate between these two. So we need to have a secure channel, a secure connection between them. So everything that is transferred, every communication that is transferred between these two networks, it can be encrypted. This project is very significant for me, and I would like to continue searching about this topic in the future, as this is just the basic information for networking. I believe that I can do something to contribute or reinforce the current networking security. On the other hand, I feel very interested and confident with this topic. In 2015, I completed an associate's degree in computer science. Then I realized that information technology was my strength. Finally, I changed my major to IT, and now I realize that switching majors was a good move. Prior knowledge provided by UDC courses has been helpful to support the completion of this project. In 2015, the company that I worked for was victim of a cyber attack. Fortunately, these cyber criminals did not steal any information. Instead, they encrypted the data stored in our system and databases. I also have seen many people being victims of hacking activities, especially phishing and the man in the middle. I learned that securing our network can make it hard for attackers to access our network. From my research, I found that there are many ways to protect our network from these cyber criminals. For example, creating rules for blocking or allowing access to the network, encrypting transfer data through VPN connection, subnetting, and some more. I was planning to contact the network and security experts during this process of the senior project. My idea was to get information about securing our network and possible vulnerabilities. Unfortunately, during this pandemic, it was hard to find people to provide this information. Up to this point in the project, I learned the difference between small business and enterprise networks. And I was able to differentiate between both networks and more secure networks. And at the same time, I learned the benefit of the good network configuration that provides confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The constant work on this project has benefited me satisfactorily in many ways. Although I didn't have the opportunity to physically work with the network devices, I was able to gain research experience and imagine myself in a situation that any network security engineer could face. On the other hand, I think that this experiment and research will help me in the future networking interviews and future jobs. Also, I hope that this project and this research work will be of help for future students. So I hope you enjoy my presentation, and I am open to questions and advices. And after that, I will show the packet tracer software with some um, scenarios of how I created this network. Any questions?
Okay, can you please go back to your network, the diagram you're showing us?
Okay, I can show you on the packet tracer.
No, I want the PowerPoints you showed before.
Talking about this.
Yes. So is this this small enterprise, or because you're trying to compare to networkings, right?
Yeah, so this is the whole networking infrastructure. I have here on this part, this is the enterprise network. And this part right here is the um, small business network. This is one of the routers for the internet, which interconnects all the networking. This is an external network, such as Google, and this is one branch for the enterprise network. So this is what I'm going to explain on my on the scenario that I was telling you.
Okay.
So this is the software. This is the software. Could you please mute yourself, please? Thank you. So this is the software that I use. This is called Packet Tracer, and I have um, as I explained before, I have different network. So this is the enterprise. This is the small business network. This is external network, and this is the branch. For this company, I use as example the UDC, and this is for this one as a external network. I use Google.com. So for this project, senior project 2, I have configured the following devices and the software with the software packet tracer. So I started with the basic configuration of the ASA device, which is this guy right here, and secure the network management. The basic and the NAT have been configured with the ASA device. I have secure policies have been configured and apply the ASA firewall and implemented and show run the site-to-site IPsec VPN configuration to guarantee secure connection. Initially, I have configured all the interfaces on the routers, which is all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the interfaces are those ports that connects the networks. So I configure those, and On the on the headquarters router for the enterprise network, which is all of this, I have configured the inside with the VLANs. So I created VLANs to be used with the security levels, and I can try on this device to with the command to show you the configuration. So every device in this network has a in order to access the access it, you have to enter the what is it, the username and password. Let me enable it. It will ask for password. If you enter it wrong, it will not let you access it. So as you can see here, so I run the command in this part right here, and we can see here that I have configured um, this device have 3 interfaces, and for each interface I have divided into VLANs with security levels. So I have three VLANs, and I have I assign IP addresses for each, and for the VLAN 2, which is the communication for the this network to the external, I have a public IP address to allow communication between the internal network and the external network. So as I said before, I use a DHCP service to allow the network to receive, let me see with this one, to receive DHCP service. So as soon as I move this computer to receive DHCP IP address, it will start automatically to fill up all these IPv4 subnet mask, default gateway, DNS, if available. Sometimes it takes a little bit to fill up that information. So as you see now, all the information is received by the DHCP server. So on this guy, I also have, I created ACLs. These are rules to allow or stop access to our network. So I can allow devices from the outside network to get into our network. For example, the branch network can have access to our network by assigning some rules in our network. So I created an access list to allow this user to access the web server. So I have created, let me start an FTP connection between the branch admin PC and the DMZ web server. So for that, we have the FTP, and we need the IP address, the public IP address, which is 209.165.200.241. So, and it requires the password, the username, which is Cisco, and the password, which is Cisco too. So when I enter the username and password, it gives me the message that I log in. And so I have also, let me go back to, I created a website for this. I was simulating like this is UDC. So I will go to the UDC website and I created the website for UDC. I can go to www.udc.edu.
Hey, it's Dr. Wilm. I got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Um, what course did you use Cisco Packet Tracer in? Is it something that you learned on your own, or is it something that you used in a course?
I use networking. Is it what is it? Well, I don't remember this course, the name. Fundamentals of
Was it the
networking or
first
something
one?
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so here you can see that this is the University of District of Columbia. This is the website, and I am having access to the DMZ zone, which is the web server. So, and also vice versa, I can take like the net admin and try to access the external network, which is this. Can go to the website, google.com. So this is what I don't like about Packet Tracer, because it takes really long time to bring some information to you. So as you can see now, I went to google.com. This is the website for Google. And this is the external web server, which is, I access it from this PC. And this is the web server for Google. And also, let me show you that I created FTP connection between this device, and it went all the way through this tunnel and to access the web server. But for that, all that information is encrypted because I use the tool, which is IPsec VPN. So if I go to one of these routers, it's either the enterprise router or the branch router. I can use any of them. I'm gonna go to this one and access it and show you the encryption. So I have to run a command, and the command goes like. So first, I'm gonna show the version of the software to show you the package that I install for this packet tracer. So without this package, we will not be able to implement the IPsec, this security feature. This one here, security.
Okay, Francisco, can you wrap up like 2 minutes, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm about to finish.
All right.
So let me find what was the command. Show crypto. Show crypto IPsec. I had this problem yesterday. It was not showing me anything. But as you can see, that there is no encryption found. I don't know why this happened, but yeah, but the idea was to show you the encryption between the FTP connection between the two networks. So I hope that you enjoy my presentation, and also I would like to talk to someone about creating this lab in UDC, because it will be very helpful for us. Thank you so much.